Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first weekend update. Now, me and Tim are planning to do a weekend update news show, or news update rather, on Saturday and Sundays every morning. So this is the first time I'm ever actually going live. Although I am in the studio, there's no staff, there's no editing staff. I'm going live on the phone for the first time, so please bear with me. Good morning, Stephen, Elaine, all the people joining us right now. Here we go. Let's get on with it. The first topic that we'll be talking about is Thailand drops all pre and on-arrival testing. Now, Tim did a detailed video yesterday morning, and there are articles on thetiger.com where you can find the most up-to-date and latest information. I've also put a link in the description below for the two topics, which is where you can find out all the pre and post-arrival, what has been dropped, what can I do, how do I get in, any question that you have. The article is quite well written by Tim Newton himself, I believe, so you can find all your information on there. However, I will give you a brief conclusion of the entire article in about 2 minutes. As well as, there are only two options now when you want to come to Thailand. Are you vaccinated or are you unvaccinated? And depending on those two options, you'll have to decide, or you'll get to know the information on how you actually enter Thailand. That article too is found on thetiger.com, which I will briefly conclude in this live broadcast today. A lot of you joining us, 165 people. Thank you so much for joining me in the morning, Sunday morning here in Bangkok, slightly warm and sunny. Thank you to all the members and all the viewers joining us. Poco Loco, hello, good sir. BKIB, Elaine Fifley. I will be taking some of your questions, ladies and gentlemen. So please type question before your comment, and I will address it later on to the show. As for right now, let me start by saying that there will be no more Test and Go or Sandbox programs. And there's basically two options. Are you vaccinated or are you unvaccinated? And the Thailand Pass still exists. For those of you who think that the Thailand Pass is no more, the Thailand Pass still exists, but it's basically a place where you get to upload your documents and get a QR code before you come to Thailand. So all it's actually useful for right now is uploading information like your passport information, your vaccination information, and your insurance. That's right. There's also been a change to the insurance. The minimum amount that you need for your insurance is no longer $20,000, it's $10,000. And the CCSA is asking for foreigners to take an ATK test. However, that is not mandatory. It is and not compulsory. It's just optional, which makes me think, why is it even optional? If it's optional, why not just get rid of it? Anyways, treatment for anyone who tests positive from their own self-administered tests will be covered by their travel insurance. So that travel insurance is very important, and you need to make sure that your insurance actually covers your COVID-19 problems, or if you have to stay in a hotel, or if you have to isolate yourself, make sure that your insurance covers that, because insurance companies can sometimes be dodgy and sketchy, and depending on what insurance you're buying, they might not actually pay for certain things. So you need to make sure that you're fit in the right criteria, or it's for all criterias. Question, Stephen Krieger says, do I still have to take the PCR test if I have already paid? I already have a Thailand pass. Well, Stephen, that's the thing. The new changes take place after May the 1st. So if you already have a Thailand pass and you've prepaid for your PCR test and your hotel, unfortunately, you will be having to come to Thailand under those, in that Thailand pass and those prepaid things. I think most of them are non-refundable as well. So unfortunately, these changes will only take place after May the 1st. As in the past, Thais and expats covered under the Thailand universal health care system will not be required to have additional COVID insurance. So expats and Thais living in Thailand, you don't necessarily need to buy that extra COVID-19 special insurance. The insurance that you have currently administered by the government or the universal healthcare system will be good enough. Unvaccinated or under-vaccinated travelers. Now, that's why I put the link in the description below that explains to you all the vaccines that you need, that you have, which are good, which are not good. Do I need more? are my vaccines good enough? That article in the description below will let you know all you need to know. But the biggest changes, I personally feel, are actually for the unvaccinated, because they have two options now. If they actually provide a negative PCR test, I believe 72 hours prior to departure, they can come into Thailand just like the vaccinated. And if they still, don't have if they don't want to do the PCR test, they can come into alternative quarantine, which will be 5 days in quarantine. Question, is the May the 1st date confirmed or just speculation at this time? Emmanuel Miranda, the May the 1st is being confirmed by officials. However, the full confirmation will be when this information is updated on the Royal Gazette. So you're not wrong, but you're not you're not right as well. We still have to wait until this information is published onto the Royal Gazette. We will be keeping you up to date, but yes, almost 99% it will start taking place on May the 1st, because the Thailand Pass website itself says that you can apply for the re-entry conditions for these new entry conditions from April the 29th. We're going to have to wait and see if they actually update it on time, but as of right now, after April the 29th, as per the Thailand Pass website, you will be able to apply for the new Thailand Pass. I hope that makes sense. And also check with your airlines, ladies and gentlemen. Like, Thailand might have changed its entry restrictions, but depending on what airline you're flying, certain airlines do require you to have a negative PCR test, or require you to have, I'm guessing, vaccination proof. So check with your airlines what's required before you go out traveling, and do your research. Unfortunately, Thailand does tend to have a lot of misinformation or not confirmed information, so just check before you travel, and make sure you have the evidence and the proof to prove that, yes, I'm right, this is the right information, I've got everything, and then do your travels. Question, how about unvaccinated children below 12 years traveling with their vaccinated parents? Good question, Jacob. I believe Tim did address this yesterday. If they can provide a negative PCR test 72 hours prior to their departure, they can come into Thailand just like vaccinated travelers. So there's not that much big of a difference. If they just show a negative PCR test, they'll be allowed to enter Thailand. Now, are you fully vaccinated? What vaccinations are approved, and who needs the vaccination? So this article, Jacob, if you actually read the article in the description below, it gives you all the information on, depending on your age, depending on different criterias, what vaccinations are approved, what vaccinations Thailand accepts, and who needs to actually do the vaccinations. All of those questions will be answered in that article. So click in the article in the description below. All right. And the last topic that I'll be talking about today is basically, how have people reacted to the easing of restrictions? Now, a lot of the people I can see in the chat today and for the last 2 days have been ecstatic. They've been very happy that finally Thailand's reducing all their entry requirements and this and that. I feel great. It's about time. The TAT governor, which is the Tourism Authority of Thailand, he's come out and said, look, based on the relaxations made by the CCSA yesterday, we expect a minimum revenue of 500 billion baht from 10 million tourists. So the TAT is once again out with their statistics and their predictions. Is it even going to come close to that? Probably not. 10 million tourists? I don't know. But hey, although unrealistic, I'd like to be optimistic and say even if we could hit 50% or 75% of that target, that would be great for Thailand. That would be great for all the businesses around Thailand. So slightly optimistic, Mr. Governor, but let's hope it happens. He also said that the improved ease of travel will enable tourists to save more and should be a decisive factor in persuading potential visitors. Now, he is not some guru. However, I'm surprised that it did take the country to open up, so it took so long for the country to open up, but it's great to see that most people seem to have a very good vibe. Now, there's also tourism operators in Pattaya coming out and expecting a tourism boost. They're saying, oh, the test and go scheme is lifted from May the 1st. Great news for Pattaya. Well, great news for everyone, really, even Phuket. Like, there's no more Sandbox. So the Sandbox will be irrelevant. There's no more Sandbox. So Pattaya, Phuket, Chiang Mai, no matter where you are in Thailand, it's great for tourism everywhere. And, the president of the Thai Hotels Association of the eastern part of Thailand, which has to do also with the Pattaya area. Now they're saying that, great, the test and go has been lifted. Many travel agencies from India, Vietnam, South Korea, and Japan have already made contact with the Thai Hotels Association, and all these people want to flock back to Thailand. I don't know if they've provided evidence for that. I don't think they will, but if it is true, great. Great news for Thailand. So overall, everyone's being really optimistic. I hope they just don't start throwing out random statistics and information out there. It's always disappointing when they say 10 million people coming back, yay! And then by the end of the year, it's like 4 million, although a decent number. What's the point of saying 10 million and getting 4 million? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start taking some of your questions. I'm going to leave some of the topics to talk in Good Morning Thailand tomorrow. So let me just scroll back and see some of your questions. We've got a lot of members on the show. Kurt Stewart says, my wife was tested positive on April 18th when we arrived. We had to change hotels to a SHA Plus at a cost of $2,400. Is this covered by insurance? Kurt, unfortunately, that's a question for your insurance. It depends on what insurance you have bought and what they really cover. And unfortunately, insurance companies in general, I don't trust insurance companies. I mean, they're always finding a way to not pay you for the thing that you paid for. So you're really going to have to just check, does it, that's a direct question that you should be asking your insurance company. Unfortunately, I do not have the right information to provide you with that, but you should definitely check on that. But $2,400 is a lot of money, especially to be spent on something that you didn't anticipate. BKIB says, who will the Packers beat in the Super Bowl this year? BKIB, I hope that the Packers make it to the Super Bowl. We're going to have to wait and see. They did actually spend some money to get some decent wide receivers. I actually haven't followed the news about American football that much. Question, do you think Tim should be given a pay rise and 6-month paid holiday? A 6-month paid holiday? I don't know about that. 6 months. Maybe a month? I think that's fair. A month's holiday, all expense paid from the Thaiger. That could be possible. Rohit Tarvani says, if my flight is delayed by 20 minutes, I'll land on May the 1st. What are the odds they'll ask for me for the SHA Plus if I land at 11:45 p.m. and reach immigration at midnight, 10 past midnight? Well, Rohit, again, you could arrive on May the 1st, but it really depends on which Thailand pass you have. I'm guessing that you've already applied for the Thailand pass. It's already been approved, and you're going to be flying in on, let's say, a day before May the 1st. You can only start applying for the new entry restrictions on the 29th of April, as per the Thailand Pass website. So this will be irrelevant to you, unfortunately. You're going to have to come in on the Thailand Pass that you were approved on. Vic H says, Jay's new style makes him look like a boss, as if he's taken control of Thaiger and put Tim under house arrest. Some of the comments just make me laugh. Thank you for the comment, Vic, firstly. Although Tim might look a little senior in age, he is a tough cookie and he's still got a lot of fight left in him. I would not dare to start a fight with Tim just for the fact that I might be embarrassed and he might beat me up. Yeah. Greg Molani says, what's the information on the first day hotel, refunds or required? Well, Greg Molani, you're going to have to check with the hotel if you're going to be able to get a refund or not. A lot of people, this can be so annoying to a lot of people, because a lot of people have been applied for the Thailand Pass in advance. They've pre-booked their hotel. They're excited to go to Thailand, and Thailand suddenly decides to change the entry restrictions, and now you might be arriving after May the 1st, and you would be able to apply for the new entry restrictions, but unfortunately you won't get a refund, which is just really annoying, isn't it? It seems slightly unfair as well. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to get the refund, but please, there's nothing wrong in trying. Call your hotel up, ask them if you can get a refund, and maybe tell them that I will still book this same trip. Can I just change it for a week or 2 weeks later? Try to work with them, and maybe they'll help you out. And then you can enter with all those, I don't know, other things. I don't know if that will help you out. I don't know if you booked it just for the SHA Plus. If you did, then yeah, just check before you go in. Tim needs a holiday and a free beer, according to Elaine. Well, he doesn't drink alcohol, but he definitely needs a holiday, yes. I think he is. I believe he said yesterday on the show that he plans to travel to Cambodia. I wish I could travel to Cambodia. David says, I've already got my Thailand pass arriving on May the 6th and a SHA Plus hotel. Does this mean I still have to do a PCR test and stay in hotel? David, I'm guessing the one that you have right now, yes. You've already pre-booked it. I'm guessing you're still going to have to. That's actually an excellent question. It wouldn't make sense, would it? It would be so much easier if you could just get your refund from the hotel. But David, that's a great question. I'm going to get back to you on that question. I'm going to copy it now. I'm going to address it on tomorrow's Good Morning Thailand. Let me call up some officials, or let me get some factual answers so I can answer that for you tomorrow. David Pollock. Thank you for your question. Deepak says, I'm landing on the 5th. I've booked a PCR test on Phuket Airport. Can I cancel and ask for a refund? Again, Deepak, you're going to have to check if it's regarding a refund. I'm guessing it's going to be very difficult to get a refund, but there's no problem in trying. Thumper Squid says, Jay, will you grow a beautiful mullet? Wisconsin mud flap for Packers game. I don't think I could survive in Thailand with a mullet. I think Thai people are quite polite. They wouldn't shout at me or throw things at me, but it's not necessarily something I want to try. Spicy Roads says, how's the Zumba CrossFit program going? Definitely not Zumba. The CrossFit is going. I'm trying to do it about 3 days a week. So, yeah, it's going all right. There's a lot of pain involved, and you can't really tell when I'm trying to do the show, but it's not going that well in terms of the pain department, but progress is being made in general. TY, how's single life treating you? These are the questions that we get. All right. What makes you think I'm single? Just saying. All right. Here we go. Doug says, I'm fully vaccinated. I'm wondering, does the restrictions vary depending on what country you are from? No, Doug. There's no list of countries. It doesn't matter what country you're from. Everyone is welcome back to Thailand now. Billy Joe Jackson says, you guys... here we go. Strong comment. He goes, you guys are idiots for traveling during a pandemic. Well, Billy Joe, different people have different reasons for traveling. You can't judge people. Yes, there is a pandemic going on. Some people are scared. Some people have health problems. But some people just want to get out. You never know what people are suffering from. You don't know what people are feeling about their mental health. Some people need to travel. So if they want to travel, let them travel. It's about them. I don't think it's the right to call them idiots or stupid just because they're doing something that you wouldn't do. You get one life. Let that person live their life. You look great. Keep up the good work. That's all. Thank you, TY. Has the CCSA mentioned what is considered fully vaccinated? Just wondering if boosters are required. KJ, that is a great question. And that's why I've put a link in the description below to an article which exactly answers your question. Yes, there is a certain thing. The CCSA does have their own definition, or a proper definition of fully vaccinated, and it might not just, depending on who you are, it might be different. So check out that article which tells you all the vaccinations that are approved by the government and what really fully vaccination means. Is it two vaccinations plus a booster? Is it more? Read the article. I'm going to Thailand in October so that I can be there for the vegetarian festival, and I hope to God COVID is not really an issue by then, says Dream Mix. Wow, that's quite interesting. I've never really met a tourist who's ever told me that they're coming to Thailand for the vegetarian festival. I'm from Phuket, so the vegetarian festival is really big there. And the years that, the vegetarian festivals were big, I'm guessing maybe this year it will be big, they go wild. And if you're into, they put swords through their mouth and it's all about being possessed by the god. You should research into vegetarian festival if you don't know what I mean. But I'm really surprised, Drew Mix, that you're coming to Thailand for the vegetarian festival. I mean, that's pretty cool. If you're, if you're interested in the Chinese gods and the Chinese type festival, Phuket is one of the places to be. They do the parade like no one else. Ladies and gentlemen, 293 people watching right now. If you are enjoying the show so far, please click the like button. It will really help me out, really helps the algorithm. Share the website, share the video, and help the channel. Here we go. You stay. Here we go. Vic H says, Jay, do you think there are groupies for virologists? Wow, he's saving our country from the virus. He is so hot. Maybe. Well, a virologist is a type of doctor, so I think people in general are attracted to intelligent, smart people. Doctors earn a good living, so yeah, I'm guessing. And in these pandemic times, we're full of misinformation. If a virologist makes you feel safer, then yeah. If there was ever a better time to be a virologist, it would be now. So you've definitely got a point there, Vic H. Frank Russell says, my hotel told me you don't have to do the PCR test on arrival. You can still use their pickup service from the airport. They said they would credit me towards my month's stay. Well, there you go, Frank. Good on you. Nitban says, as an Indian passport holder, what visa are you using to live in Thailand before work visa? Wow, Nitban, you know some information about me. I actually have permanent residency. I have had it for about 15 years, so I don't really have to worry about visa. I've lived in Thailand for 20 years, so after a couple of years, you are eligible for a permanent residency, and you just need to apply for it. Scotty Max says, sorry, Jay, if you have answered, do Thai nationals need insurance? They don't need special insurance. So before the expats and Thai nationals were needing to have special COVID-19 insurance, but you no longer need to have that insurance if you, let me find this information, if you are covered by the sorry, here we go. Let me find that information before I answer your question. There we go. If you are under the Thailand's universal healthcare system, you don't need any additional COVID-19 insurance. So if you're Thai or an expat, you don't need any extra insurance. Just watch The Blind Cheese. It was good to watch, says Stephen from Pattaya and Canada. Thank you, Stephen. For those of you who are unaware, me and Nettie did about 1.5 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we did a cheese video, a Thai cheese video, just for our fun and entertainment section of the channel. It was actually meant for Bounce, but we ended up posting it on Thaiger. So I didn't even know Thailand made gorgonzola cheese and many different types of gorgonzola cheese. So you can check out that video. It's quite fun. It was quite interesting. So check that out on our channel, which was actually posted yesterday. And if you want to see more of Natty on your weekend to brighten up your day, not me. MetTech says, Jay is 6'3" and has some Taekwondo experience. He would beat Tim in a fight. What are we talking about here? Come on, guys. Let's stay on topic. So far, we've been going 25 minutes. I'm going to do another 5 minutes to keep the show, tight and well presented. If there is some topics, yeah, that's a good question. Ladies and gentlemen, about 330 people watching. If there are certain topics that you'd like to be addressed, either on 2 Minutes Thailand, This is Thailand, Natty and Nan will be doing a video every day this coming week. So if there are certain topics that you really want to know in depth about, or you'd like the girls to explore and teach you more about, please leave in the comment section below. What should they do their 2 Minutes Thailand on? And now 2 Minutes Thailand is called This is Thailand, which is now 5 to 8 minutes, so they have more time to go in depth about a certain topic. Let us know what you'd be interested in learning or finding out more about, as well as some topics that you'd like to be addressed on Good Morning Thailand. I don't know if you've noticed yet, but we've got a new format. Every day, Tim Newton does an editorial on a certain topic that is either current, trendy, or something that people want to know. So if you'd like a topic to be addressed this week, leave us some suggestions. TY says crime in Thailand. That is a great suggestion. Any suggestions you have, can I please ask you to comment in the comment section, not the live chat, because the live chat sometimes disappears after the video because of some editing. So please leave it in the comment section below, and we will try addressing it later. And Miranda says, fly fishing. No, I'm not much into fishing myself, but sure, we can think about it. Rise Fast says, you can't address anything without your political views, so better close early. Rise Fast, I've actually never expressed my political view, so I don't know what you're talking about. And like most of the staff or people working for the Thaiger, we never address our political views. We try to just give you the facts. Now, if you think that has a political agenda, that's up to you, but facts are facts. We just report the facts. We don't express our opinions on whether they're right or wrong, or who is in the right or who's in the wrong. So I don't agree with you there, good sir. Rosemary Brown says, are the onsens open now? Yes, they are. If I do a border run after 30 days, do I have to do the Thailand pass again? DV, depending on when you do it, we're hoping not, because they are talking that by July the 1st, I believe, who was it? It was Kun Marisa. Let me check. Yes. When were they talking about? June. Yes, there we go. Kun Marisa Sukoson, who is the president of the Thai Hotels Association, she came out celebrating the news that the entry restrictions had gone away. And she said that we're hoping that all travel restrictions, and including the Thailand Pass, will be scrapped by June. So if you are planning to do your border run by June, then good news for you. You don't have to do the Thailand Pass. We're hoping again, once again, that this actually happens. And even if the CCSA approves this, we're going to have to wait and see when it will be published in the Royal Gazette, and then that is the day that it will take effect. Ben Dover, is that a cheeky name? He says, well done, you owned that guy regarding politics. I wasn't trying to own anyone, although yes, he was slightly owned, I'm not going to lie. But you know, just saying things like random things like that, you can't really get away with it because it's not right. It's not factual, is it? Nipban says 2 minutes Thailand was a great part of GMT. 5 to 8 minutes video can be in bounce, but most people will catch only GMT. Nipban, you might be right. However, you know, it's a new program, and there was a lot of comments and emails and opinions where people were asking that give them more time, and we thought that giving Nan and Nettie more time to do these videos gives them more time to basically, you know, explore, go outside, and 2 minutes is quite restrictive. Sometimes you can't put all the information in. So as per their request, as per the people's opinion, we decided to give them more time to present a topic. But let's see, it's a new segment. We're going to have to wait and see how the views, how are people taking to the new segment, and perhaps we might bring a shorter 2 minute section back to GMT. So let's test it out for a week. Bear with me, good sir, bear with me. Soy dogs are a good, I'm not going to finish that sentence. What are the rules on wearing masks in public? Doug, thank you for the question. You still have to wear a mask in public. Again, it's not by the law, and although it's a mandate, it's not illegal to not wear a mask. That being said, most people in Thailand are wearing masks. Most Thai people will probably continue to wear masks, even if the mask mandate or masking together is gone away everywhere. But I'll tell you what, Doug, like when I enter 7-Elevens or certain shopping malls, they tell me to wear my mask. Even if it's like slightly down or something, they make sure that whether it's me or anyone else, they make sure that you're wearing a mask. They ask you to do the temperature test. So depending on where you actually go to, they do require you to wear masks, especially private establishments and private businesses. So, but in general, if you're walking on the street, it's not illegal to not wear a mask. So If you don't want to wear a mask, you can. You'll just get dirty looks. Yeah, pretty much. Rise Fast says, good answer, but somehow I know that you're personally very, very pro-vaccine and masks. What does that have to do with my political view? I am vaccinated. I don't have a problem wearing a mask. If you're a person who doesn't want to get vaccinated and doesn't want to wear a mask, good for you. I don't care. You might think I care. I don't care. I only care about myself, my colleagues, my family, and people who want to wear masks and get vaccines. If you're not one of them, that's fine. We're free to do whatever we want to. Who am I to judge you? People have a lot of health reasons, personal reasons why they don't get vaccinated or wear masks. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You do you. The information we've provided information over and over again on our shows. You can find it online. And if I haven't convinced you, I'm not even trying to convince you. If you decided on your life choices, those are your life choices. So good for you, Rise Fast. You do you. I have no negative or positive feeling towards you. GD says, Doug, if you want to be a rude foreigner, don't wear masks at all, but if everyone else is wearing one, it's good manners to do the same. I would agree, GD. I mostly put on the mask. It's good manners. Everyone else around me is wearing it. It makes everyone else feel safe. And personally, it just doesn't bother me that much, apart from making me, I sweat a lot. It makes me feel very hot, and that's about it. That's why I don't like masks, because I just start sweating and I'm drenched in sweat. But most people do it out of politeness. And that if you don't want to be classified as a rude foreigner, then yeah, don't wear masks. But if you don't care, then you can just wear a mask. I always wear a mask, no matter where I go in Thailand. Mark Lynn says, I like the live chat format. Thank you, Mark. I hope to do more of this along with other people as well. I want to do a Thaiger Unfiltered where I can do a more stronger, opinionated segment where I let people know, some people know, what I really think. I'm going to get in trouble one day. Jay, do people recognize and approach you in daily life? Vic H, in Bangkok, very little. I think most people can't tell with the mask on and if I'm not wearing a Thaiger shirt. And I don't travel a lot too much. I mean, normally I spend about 10 to 11 hours a day at work, at the studio. So apart from going back home and coming to work, I don't really go other places. I might just go to a nearby restaurant. But I don't meet many people in Bangkok. In Phuket, I think people do know who I am, but because it's my hometown and they've probably seen me many times, they don't come up to me or say hi. In Pattaya, I felt like a celebrity. Being honest with you, in Pattaya, I felt like a celebrity. A lot of tourists and people came to say hello. They took pictures. Oh, I was so humbled. I mean, it blew my mind that people would recognize me. They knew who I was. They knew things about me. So yeah, it's still surreal that people would come up to me and say hello and know so much about me. And thank you for everyone who does say hello. If you're one of them, if you think it's me, just check if it's Jay first. But I am 6'1", 6'2", so I'm not that hard to miss. But if you do want to come say hi ever, please do. It's really nice. It's really nice of you to do that, and I'll take a moment to say hello. Hopefully I'm not in a rush, but I hope you don't think I'm impolite. You know, sometimes you're rushing to places, but I really do appreciate everyone saying hello. Sorry, there was a question that I wanted to address. I just saw it pop up on the screen. William says, please, Jay, I've asked politely, shave that ugly beard today. William, and I'd like to reply politely, no. Does that answer or your comment? What's your problem with my beard? It's on my face. You don't have to look at it. That's your choice. Okay, I've gone off the rails now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 344 people watching live right now. Thank you so much for bearing with me so far. I hope you've enjoyed this new weekend update show. And hopefully we'll try to continue this every Saturday and Sunday, me and Tim, to give you a little bit of updates that happen on the weekend, to answer some of your questions that you've had. And we haven't done this before, but at least now we can address some of your questions from Friday evening or all the news that takes place. As for now, I hope to see you next week on the weekend update, but I'll see you tomorrow on Good Morning Thailand. So thank you, Chupa. Thank you. Wow, nice strong response there, Jay. Okay, keep that. There you go, William. Thank you to everyone, really. Thank you to everyone joining the show today and listening to me talk, waffle, answer stupid questions, good questions, whatever it is that you do. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on Good Morning Thailand. Stay tuned. All right, let me end the stream. I've never ended the stream personally. Are you sure that you want to stop streaming? Yes, sir. See you, everyone.